Good morning, students. Chapter 7 Body Fluids and Circulation. In today's class, we are going to learn the topic Human Circulatory System. The circulatory system consists of the heart and the blood vessels. And in today's class, we are going to learn about the human circulatory system. The structure of the heart was described by Raymond de Vicens in the year 1706. The human heart is made up of special type of muscles called as cardiac muscle. So the human heart is made up of a special type of muscle called as the cardiac muscle. And the heart is situated in the thoracic cavity. And its apex region is slightly tilted towards the left. Apex means base. So the base of the heart is slightly tilted towards the left. And the weight of the heart is 300 grams in a normal adult. And if you compare the size of the heart, it is roughly equal to a closed fist. So if you close your fingers, the size of our heart is roughly equal to the closed fist. And the structure of the heart you can able to see in this picture. The heart is divided into 4 chambers. Chambers means like rooms. So the heart has 4 rooms. The heart is divided into 4 chambers. The upper chambers are called as auricles. So there are 2 small auricles. And the lower chambers are called as ventricles. So there are 2 small auricles in the upper chamber and 2 ventricles. That is the lower chambers. The walls of the ventricles are thicker than the auricles because due to the presence of papillary muscles. The heart is made up of 3 layers. So the heart is made up of 3 layers. The outer layer is called as epicardium, the middle layer is called as myocardium, and the inner layer is called as the endocardium. And the heart is surrounded by a membrane called as pericardium. Okay? And the space present between the membrane is called as the pericardial space. And the pericardial space contains the pericardial fluid. This you have been learnt in your lower classes. So the heart is surrounded by pericardial membrane, and in between the space of the heart, pericardial fluid is present. This pericardial fluid protects the heart from shocks and injury. So in this picture you can able to see the upper chambers auricles. So 2 upper chambers auricles and 2 lower chambers ventricles. Next, the 2 auricles are separated by interauricular septum. So there is a wall which separates the 2 auricles. The name of the wall is interauricular septum. And the 2 ventricles, that is the 2 lower chambers, are separated by interventricular septum. So the wall which is present between the 2 auricles are called as interauricular septum, and the wall which is present between the 2 ventricles are called as interventricular septum. The separation of chambers. Why the chambers are separated from each other means to avoid the mixing of pure and impure blood. So the chambers of the heart. So the chambers of the heart are separated from one another because to avoid the mixing of oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood. So oxygenated blood means it is the pure blood, and deoxygenated blood means it is the impure blood. The auricles communicates with the ventricles through an opening called as auriculoventricular aperture, which is guarded by the auricular ventricular valves. So a valve is present between the auricle and the ventricle. So through this valve only the auricle communicates with the ventricle. So through an opening, so the name of the opening is called as auriculoventricular aperture. Aperture means it is a small hole, and this auriculoventricular aperture is guarded by the auriculoventricular valve. And the opening between the right atrium and the right ventricle is guarded by tricuspid valve. So the opening between the right atrium and the right ventricle is guarded by tricuspid valve. Tri means 3. So there are 3 flasps or cusp which is present in this valve. So it is called as what? Tricuspid valve. And whereas bicuspid, that is, bi means 2 flasp or cusp or otherwise called as mitral valve guards the opening of the left atrium and the left ventricle. So in between the left atrium and left ventricle, mitral valve is present. So tricuspid valve is present in between the right atrium and right ventricle, and bicuspid valve or otherwise called as mitral valve is present between the left atrium and left ventricle. So the why these valves are present here means the valves of the heart allows the blood to flow only in one direction. That is, blood can flow from the auricles to the ventricles, from the atria to the ventricles, and from the ventricles to the pulmonary artery or the aorta. So the valves mainly prevent the backward flow of blood. So this is the main purpose of the valves. And another one valve is present called as the semilunar valve, the opening of the right and left ventricles into the pulmonary artery. So you know, you might have learnt in your lower classes, the artery carries the pure blood and the vein carries the impure blood. But one exception is there. The pulmonary artery, it carries the impure blood, and the pulmonary vein, it carries the pure blood. So the opening of the right and left ventricles into the pulmonary artery and aorta are guarded by aortic and pulmonary valves. And this pulmonary valves are called as the semilunar valve. Why it is called as semilunar valve means it looks like a half moon. So the name semilunar valve. And each semilunar valve is made up of 3 half moon shaped cusps. So only this name. And the myocardium, that is the middle layer of the heart, the myocardium of the ventricle is thrown into irregular muscular ridges called as the trabeculae corneae. And the trabeculae corneae are modified into chordae tendineae. And the opening and closing of the semilunar valves are achieved by the chordae tendineae. So this chordae tendineae only guards the opening and closing of the semilunar valve. The chordae tendineae are attached to the lower end of the heart by the papillary muscles. So the papillary muscles only attach the chordae tendineae to the lower portion of the heart. The heart always receives the deoxygenated blood, that is impure blood, from various parts of the body through the inferior as well as the superior vena cava. So the inferior and superior vena cava only supplies all the deoxygenated blood from different organs of our body, and this inferior and superior vena cava opens into the right auricle. The oxygenated blood, that is the pure blood, comes from the lungs, is drained into the left auricle through the 4 pulmonary veins. So the pulmonary veins only transport the oxygenated blood from the lungs, and it is drained into the left auricle. So next we will see about the origin and conduction of heartbeat. So origin and conduction of heartbeat. The human heart is myogenic. So what is myogenic means? That is the contraction of cardiac muscles. The cardiac muscle has a special property called contraction and relaxation. So we know the heart pumps the blood. So the pumping is called as the contraction. Okay. So this contraction and relaxation of the cardiac muscles is called as myogeny. That is, cardiomyocytes can produce the spontaneous rhythmic depolarization that initiates this contraction. The sequence of electrical conduction of the heart can be seen in this picture. In this picture, you can able to see the sequence of electrical conduction of heart. The cells which are present in the cardiac muscles or the cells of the heart are called as cardiac cells. So the cells of the heart is called as the cardiac cells with fastest rhythm are called as the pacemaker cells. So the cardiac cells with fastest rhythm are called as the pacemaker cells, since they determine the contraction rate of the entire heart. So the contraction of the entire heart is determined by the pacemaker cells. So these pacemaker cells are located in the SA node. SA node means right sinoatrial node, or otherwise called as pacemaker. And on the left side of the right atrium is a node called as AV node, that is auriculoventricular node. Then two special cardiac muscle fibers originate from the auriculoventricular node and are called as the bundle of His, which runs down into the interventricular septum, and the fibers spread into the ventricles. So the two special cardiac muscles fibers, they originate from the auriculoventricular node, that is AV node, and are called as the bundle of His, which runs down into the interventricular septum, and the fibers spread into the ventricle, and these fibers are called as the Purkinje fibers. And the pacemaker cells, the pacemaker cells produce excitation through depolarization of their membrane. What is depolarization means? Depolarization is a change within a cell during which a cell undergoes a shift in electric charge distribution resulting in less negative charge inside the cell. This is called as depolarization. Early depolarization is slow and takes place by sodium influx and reduction in potassium efflux. Influx means entry of sodium ions and efflux means exit of the potassium ions. Minimum potential is required to achieve the voltage gated calcium ions channel that causes the rapid depolarization, which results in the action potential. The pacemaker cells repolarize slowly via potassium efflux. The heartbeat, that is the rhythmic contraction and expansion of the heart, is called as the heartbeat. So, the contraction, rhythmic means it is the continuous process of contraction and relaxation of the heart is called as the heartbeat. The contraction of the heart is called as systole and the relaxation of the heart is called as the diastole. The heart normally beats 70 to 72 times per minute in a human adult. So the normal heartbeat in a human adult is 70 to 72 times. During each cardiac cycle, two sounds are produced that can be heard through a stethoscope. So, during each beat, you can able to see two sounds through the stethoscope. Stethoscope is an instrument to detect the heart sound. The first heart sound is associated with the closure of the tricuspid and bicuspid valve. So the first sound is called as lub and the second sound is called as dub. The heart sounds are lub dub. So the first sound dub is associated with the closure of the tricuspid and the bicuspid valve, whereas the second sound dub is associated with the closure of the semilunar valves. These sounds are for clinical diagnostic significance. So through this sound we can able to find any, that is whether the heart is functioning normally or any other problem is there. Then an increased heart rate is called as tachycardia. Tachycardia means increased heart rate, that is the heartbeat beats more fastly than the normal rate, and the decreased heart rate is called as bradycardia. So contraction means systole and relaxation means diastole. So this is about the heartbeat. Go through this topic. Thank you.